be released here on the 23rd here. It is, and also Invoker, which is also in the pool. But they are banning out the Underlord. I think they're trying to force that Pudge into the offlane role. Or even mid if Nisha's like, let's roll this puck somewhere else, like support puck, which I think 1 or 2 players did also back in during TI. And after TI. Skyraf Mage will be brought up here. So Mars Sky, that's a bully lane. So that means Morta going mid for Sumail. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, easy way to get damage amp.
5 seconds remaining.
You also don't need to put yourself in harm's way. Though you are still somewhat timing dependent in the mid game, especially Lone Druid getting to play the rat. Pretty much the only hero that pushes with the Enchantress on this lineup. So you have 2 heroes that push versus Team Liquid that have a lot of pushers here. We're going to bring up the Brewmaster. So Nisha Puck. No flex on the puck after all. And support Pudge for Boxy. Mm-hmm. Mm. But who's going to be taking game number 1? I really... You like the Nigma draft? I mean, I'm down with it. I think they just got 2... Let's put it 3 good heroes on their side. Someone's going to hate me for this opinion, but I think Noob on Mars during TI was probably one of the lowest performing Mars players because he was missing point blank spears. He was missing Yule spears combos. He was getting a lot of direct feedback from people around me who are watching those games. So I hope that this during this after TI period, he's gotten back onto his A game. But they got Lone Druid, they got Morta, and I feel like those 2 specialty heroes are definitely a driving force for Nigma. But it's Nisha Puck, and they got Boxy on Pudge. So you go Nigma, I go Liquid. I think that's the way we're gonna split here, right? Yep, because we're running straight into a fight. We'll get to that radio cast and live pictures right now because Boxy and Noob are going to be battling it out in the front line, and they are both getting traded. Ghost will pick up the first blood on the Lone Druid, and Noob will drop to Mickey. Mickey taking a couple pokes here. Omar does have another concussive shot, and maybe Tofu is going to be a second. Let's see what Liquid does. Nice dead shot there onto the back line by Sumail, and trading Ghost spare. So plus 300 gold picked up for, I think it was Mickey who got that money. So that is quite a lot picked up there on the side of Liquid. Yep, it does go for Mickey as his net worth now skyrockets to over 1,000 gold. The game hasn't even started. Boots of Speed picked up. That could give you a Blade Fury kill potentially in the lane.
And for
the battle's starting.
Bounties are going to get split 2 for 2. Ace and Mickey We'll pick one each for Liquid. Nigma able to battle it out in the river. It will be Omar who gets his faster fingers out. Of course, he will start with the concussive blow, or the concussive shot. So that will only hit on heroes. Will be really position it correctly. Tofu's already getting a lot of poke on Omar here with that little shredder. As Skywrath Mage drops down to almost half. You got 0 armor, so this, as soon as you go into the minus territory, yeah, this is like Snapfire is gonna bully the hell out of you in this lane.
No.
Yeah, he's going down. Definitely going down there, so that's going to be enough. An ace with Boxy will be able to take down Toby on the Enchantress. And even through the overprotective wisps, and it looked like that enchant was already forced on cooldown earlier because it's now available, meaning she didn't have it there for that actual kill trade. So Liquid picking up 2 big, quick consecutive kills.
Move faster.
Yeah, it's a brewmaster after all, so that is quite difficult for the brewmaster to apply pressure onto that lone druid if he's just standing at the right position. All right, might be some openings here for Tundra, for Nigma, I mean. Omar, yeah, he's most likely to get to the spin. He does. He did get some barrier out of the shield of the Scion. Doing a bit of magical damage, keeps him alive. Blade Fury field fully magical. And they're gonna get a lot of poke onto Mickey. Still has a 13 magic wand. He'll be okay. A good retaliation from Nigma Galaxy. Yep. That goes for Boxy. Ace was trying to right-click it at the right time, but the rot ends up getting the final tick. So 30 seconds without a bear for Ghost. Most importantly, that's just free money for Liquid. Free real estate. It's just the CS department that's looking a bit worrying because already mentioned how difficult this is probably for the Puck to play into this matchup versus the Muerta, because Sumail, especially with this hero in a 1v1, you get points faster into dead shot. It already does 2.5 times the damage at level 3. So 250 already when you hit level 5. So that definitely is a big poke. On in the top lane, they landed the hook onto Ghost. Toby will land the heal, but it's only a single heal because the Nature's Attendants and that bear going down is 150-second cooldown now for the Lone Druid. Some poke here, the spear onto Tofu Omar. I trade a couple hits back. At least got the healing ward killed by Omar. No extra regeneration going their way, but there's a Pudge walking in. This is kind of like you should ward this gate at 4 minutes, maybe even between 3 and 4 minutes. Omar hasn't had the chance to drop that ward down, and now this Pudge is going to strike from the darkness, goes for the straight-up hook onto Noob, and this Mars is definitely going down. They just haven't had the chance to drop that ward on the gate, and that costs them.
Our blade is swifter.
Luckily, you got all your fingers and toes still remaining. Otherwise, I'd be worried. Is that a good statistic or not? Sumail getting some pressure as Boxy is here, but he's standing under vision. So Sumail is well aware. Still positioning himself between the siege creep and dodges hook.
A prize.
Supports are starting to roam towards the mid lane. You've got Boxy coming in from the top. You have Tofu also approaching bottom, but that's an arcane for Sumail. He's not a bottle carrier, so they're going to try and go for a kill here onto Tofu. Just need to line up that dead shot. They're going to right-click this Snapfire and bring him straight in. And with that, Noob throwing in the spear, gets a kill, gets Mickey's courier. Toby will be traded in the top lane simultaneously.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help. Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Running into Omar. Keep this distance for now. Maybe try to bamboozle him. No, he's actually going to turn around. The Dire Scan's going to be there just in case to... I'll be able to secure that Wisdom Rune. Yep.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom.
Yep, that means Dominator on the Brew, Dominator on the Muerta. We're going to have the Diffusal queued up on the Lone Druid, not too far off of it. Still has had a pretty decent farm pace here in the top lane, knowing you're going up against that Brewmaster. You're still ahead, even if, like we said, the lane is over. It's because Ace has gained so much out of this lane, while Ghost hasn't been able to play pressure with the Enchantress against him. But he's still ahead by like 600 gold. So all things good on that department. Muerta also 600 gold ahead of the puck. Classic Sumail things. Nice hook from Boxy. Pulls the Skywrath right in. That dead shot will do no good. There's too many liquid heroes around. Boxy's had a good percentage on these hooks so far. 6 flesh heap stacks. Mickey's courier dying again. So, wasn't too long since the previous kill, and now it's dead once more, holding a cornucopia. Which would have been the resource item for Mickey to go farm those jungle camps.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Trying to get the boar in front. Nice dodge on the hook. You can't kill the bear either, so I'll let this one slide. Bottom lane, Jark forced out the spin TP. The arena Mars was about to approach.
No fortified.
He's going to get some work done here with the skeleton boys. When those run out and they force the glyph, and all of their damage basically goes into invulnerability.
Tower is gone. Just a cold Radiant's bottom tower is
coming through the gate, and so is the Pudge. They can't TP their Jug in here, but I'd be wondering if Nisha is curious about teleporting in yet. He's not too far off the Blitz Knuckles. Arena popped. We'll catch the Pudge. Is he killing the Pudge? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that hook will not connect on any heroes. He was trying to look for the Mars. That's the hero they're going to be focusing on. Noob's got all of his spells on cooldown. Does get the bonk out just in time, but ends up getting stunned by one of the Ruling Rocks. An ace. Oh, unfortunate for him. Now he's AFK at the Twin Gate. His ulti ran out as all of the Brewlings were trying to go through, so it also interrupted his channel. So he thought he was going through the gate, and I was like, wait, why am I still here? Happens.
Radiant's courier just got hit. Radiant's middle tower's
Get done here with Mortimer's kisses landing on top of Omar. Noob has killed Mickey's courier again. How does this keep on happening? He is not getting that cornucopia like ever. You've got to micro that courier a bit better because you do want to get that Battle Fury would have been done already by now. And now it's actually because of those courier kills, he's been lacking on the cornucopia, meaning he doesn't have the regeneration outside of the healing ward. When the healing ward expires, which is 25 seconds, and have a 60-second cooldown, you've probably slowed down this Battle Fury an extra 30 seconds or maybe even a full minute because he's never picked up the components. Now they're chasing Ace and top. He's got no split. He's got the whole army chasing him. Just won't be able to get to the Brewmaster in time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's all right. You can take a look on that. You sound fine to me. So maybe there's some bass issue with you bringing in that voice of God. You know, I could also do some tuning on my end if we wanted to make something weird happen. But
The hand of God.
That's what I sound. I'm just toying with you. I'm just toying with you. They're all good. 9-4 on the scoreboard. 12 minutes in. Let's see what's going to be coming up in the next few minutes of play, because we do have that diffusal blade up on the bear, and the Mjolnir's going to be coming up next. Ghost is probably wanting to play a bit of PvE and things. We'd like to get that diffusal blade to play effect onto heroes of Liquid, but who are you really killing? Snapfire maybe, maybe pressure the puck, but let's be honest, you're probably going to hit the puck once or twice, and it's always going to escape. Meanwhile, they got themselves Muerta caught inside a coil, but Pierce the Veil will protect the Muerta for now. Venetia is pushed back. Omar's also getting pressured by Ace with that primal split right on top of the Skyram mage. You're not getting your Mystic Flare out, are you? There's an attempt of a save with the Enchantress bringing in the Wildwing Ripper to push him forward. It won't land. There's a hook onto Noob, and Noob has still not used that arena. There we go. He'll land it. Gets the spear onto Boxy. Zones him out. But Nigma Galaxy, they are all very low on HP. They are very damaged at this point. Muerta, though, getting hit by the full duration Omni Slash, and they'll take down Sumail. The hook will not connect on Ghost Spare, but Mickey will stand right in front and give a bit of body block, hoping they might have the damage for it, as Noob will die on the side. Nisha was able to snipe him down, and as they are still retreating, that bear still looks like it's a goner. Couple more HP. There we go. The urn finishes it off. And they'll also get rid of the Dominator creep, so an extra bit of money picked up for Liquid.
Invisibility.
Which they're gonna try. With the Yule Spear, there's gonna be a rough one. They get the stun out first into the silence follow-up, and the hook coming out from the Pudge is not gonna do any good. So as you're saying, they want to go for an instant play. They do exactly that. And they're instantly moving towards Liquid. Find the pickoff that they wanted. That's the first death on Nisha. Also, a quick reminder for the folks watching at home or wherever you are right now, FISSURE Universe will be followed by FISSURE Playground 2's LAN event in Belgrade, Serbia on October 31st to November 2nd. Exclamation mark ticket is your command to write into chat or click the banner below the stream to head over to the website. Get yourself some tickets to the $1 million LAN event played in Serbia.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help. A lot of ya.
Good hook. Catching the Skywrath once again. Omar seems like he's going to be the word I was looking for. Yeah, Ace goes down in bottom. Sumail Toby able to make a secondary play happen as they followed up in top, killing that Snapfire. They were making a secondary move down the bottom lane. Sorry, that was a word I was looking for. But I don't remember the exact translation. It's something like a turkey decoy, but let's just call him a decoy at that point. The Skywrath mage. He's kind of like, well, I'm a support. Fine, you can kill me if you want. I'll let my allies live. But they did get a trade going, so 2 for 1. Liquid though, rolling up towards Toby. Nicely placing Sumail's army in between, so this hook's going to be very difficult for Boxy to connect. A lot of skeletons, the Dark Troll Summoner. And also Toby with his own creep. Though Toby, dangerous territory. Does see the sentry down on the ground. He'll go for it instantly. He's already lost half of his HP to all of his magical spells. Finally starts to regenerate. That's the Solar Crest. Okay, there's the Morning's Kisses. We're not taking any prisoners today, are we? But he is surviving for a very long time. However, the hook will take him into dangerous areas. And the Brewmaster can't get his Primal Split off as he's feared and silenced over and over again. So Nigma will get a good trade going from that Brewmaster and apply pressure. Lars ended up muling himself. Not sure, but was that a protective one or did something happen by accident? But they landed on the low druid. They get the hook and take down Ghost for another kill for Liquid, and it's a 3-to-1 trade. It might not be over. Boxy gets another hook, and that's Sumail dead. Tofu picks up the double kill from this on the Snapfire, and that is a huge trade again for Liquid.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
There's backup coming top. Omar, he's a bit hesitant, but Noob would maybe like to fight, though they know that the Primal Split is of cooldown. It's going to be a pretty tricky grab here, so Nigma will call off the attempt on the top lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, you got to watch out for this puck right now. 80 rune in the bottle. Witchblade, blink. This puck is deadly right now. Noob charging in onto the Liquid side of the map. Arena, the spear, nicely dodges the hook, was suspecting something like that, but Nisha will unleash at least a portion of that puck's power. Now the 80 rune is activated. Noob will get a nasty poke to the back, which will be Nisha taking the kill, as Sumail's going to be brought in, but Sumail standing his ground pretty well. Does he have any backup though? Omar is quite far away, and Mickey just landing 3 hits on the Muerta. Looks like nobody's coming to rescue the king, as Omar will also die to Nisha in the river. That 80 rune giving a double for the puck.
Radiant's top tower has looked better. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, they're definitely in a good form right now. I do hope that Nigma Galaxy is still gonna hit their timings, find a good momentum going their way, because I felt like maybe there's a slight bit of desperation here and there, but they've definitely still got a lot of tools at their disposal. I'm still waiting for the big threat of this Sumail, because you can see this Muerta is standing her ground for quite a long time, and Liquid's damage output against this Muerta, sure, you can try to burst her down. You've got a Mage Slayer to go up against, so extra magic resistance. You're in Pierce the Veil, so you're in ethereal form.
Radiant's
so
top tower
magic
has
damage
looked better.
going into Muerta. How much do you have that in the bank? You can never use Omni Slash on this Muerta because she'll just pierce the veil. You'll be you'll absolutely nothing as Mickey. So he'll rather use that Omni and later on that Swift Slash through the Aghanims, probably on somebody else, or maybe you could Swift Slash to force to pierce the veil. That's quite a big of a cooldown. If you can then try to disengage, how does Nigma respond to that?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower. I guess Radiant fortified their structures. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Yep, there's some TikTok brain rot out there as well for you to grab, so definitely head over there. I'm
beating on Dire's top tower.
a different
Dire's
level
top
brain
tower
rot
is
enjoyer.
falling.
I think when it comes to like the old internet memes, somebody could say, you know, you remember what was it called? Charlie the Unicorn? Was that? Yeah. Candy Mountain Charlie, that's the one. Yeah. They referred that to the brain rot of our childhood. You know, I was like, okay, I guess if you put it in that category, some fun, good humor. Okay, so you're fully on that shit. Okay, sure. I guess it's just a term we use these days to categorize different areas. I was more of the YTP type of person. Pretty sure somebody can agree with me on that. I was always into a bit of potty humor. That being said, Roshan's being grabbed by Liquid. Nice segue. 6k lead on Liquid, 72%, 73% win probability even at this time. See if that holds. Meanwhile, there's a Sky Wrap. Sky Wrap. Yep, burns to a crisp.
There was a good reason. Tower isn't going to
Flew too
last
close to
long.
the sun when Mortimer's kisses burned those wings. Honestly, Harry,
Radiant's top
I don't
tower
think it.
deserves just as much
I don't think it's a new
support.
approach. I think this is what Nigma's been doing with the Lone Druid lineup quite a lot of times. They wanna.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
I think they're just not taking the risk of fighting right now and just try to dodge, try to get those item timings, which will probably look like we're heading over into a 50-60 minute game with the Lone Druid Bear in the front. Which is how Nigma actually have won a lot of games with this Lone Druid lineup, is just don't fight. Even with all the nukes that you have, you just don't take the risk. You lose a fight, Liquid's coming on your high ground.
Dire Snow fortified their structures.
That is a high ground glyph used on Nigma. There's a 5-minute period now for Liquid to try and take a lane of racks potentially. Maybe with the Ags. With the Aegis on the puck. Nice attempt on a hook there by Boxy. Doesn't quite catch the target though. TP's out. Sumail also on the retreat. He's finished his Ags. And now you have this. We saw some pretty cool Ags Muerta interactions. I think if it wasn't yesterday, at least someday during the group stage, where you're like one dead shot just fears 4 people because it's flying between everybody. They all take the damage. And with the shard that you can pick up at some point. I mean, Sumail might not have the shiniest game going. He's still 4-3-3, so you're gonna get some benefit out of that shard at some stage of the game. Nope. Nice use of the Yules there to go for the TP, but unfortunately, there is a boxy Pudge. So Liquid will find a pick once again on the map. Yeah, it did look like he didn't alt cast the teleport home. Instead, he sent a targeted teleport somewhere else. That's causing the hero to turn. That was the time needed, you know. Dota and the mechanics are a bit of a bitch sometimes when you have turn rate added into the game, but luckily we have it in this video game because it adds for some interesting interactions. As Nisha, caught by the first fear, he ends up being right on top of him, but Nisha's able to blink away to safety. No catch. Unlike Mickey's. Mickey's courier has been the target of hate the first 15 minutes. Noob killed that courier like, what, 3 times? Down that battle here, Nisha getting some information with the curveball. Sees that the ancient camp has been cleaned up. They're holding on to the right side of the lane. Okay, going for the push again. Won't be able to get a proper fight going. They'll try and get something here. Omar is on the edge of that coil. Getting a stun out. Puck's Aegis will go down. They'll be able to lock him down. And they follow up on anything. Sumail has a dead shot. And Nisha will get the BKB off first, so he's able to dodge this one. Moxie will not go into a hook position. He will just go straight for the Spirit Bear. That was trying to hit them in the back. Noob does get the arena. That's a 2-man spear. Stun onto the Pudge, onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster trying to get that multi off, but he's silenced for such a damn long time by the Skyrat. And Boxy and Tofu will go down. Nigma finding the fight that they were looking for. And Brew never got this split. You're going to get split down into the ground as Nigma get 3. You take a look at the start.
Radiant's middle tower
First he gets blown up. I can understand, like, this is an okay move right here, but you look at Ghost's Bear and Toby's position as they miss on that BKB from Nisha. Ghost instantly just sends the Bear in onto the back line, leaving it a bit alone, and the full attention of Liquid is now forced onto the Bear. Noob gets an amazing arena to follow up on that, and you just look at the Brewmaster. How long is he silenced for? Did the Omni Slash to pierce the veil? Oh, in the arena, right. Yeah, so we got that interaction that we've been going on about, and I didn't even notice. But thankfully, you picked that one up. So yeah, with the Victory Feast facet on Mars, if you Omni Slash when arena is up and you have enough attack speed in your inventory, you slash once, and it ends. Literally one slash, and you're back down on the ground. So they still haven't fixed this. I've posted this on my Twitter. I listed on my Twitter. You can check the whole list of bug interactions with Victory Feast on Mars. Go check that out. This is literally one of them. Please fix. I thought so too.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. So, you know, abilities like Lion can't Mana Drain because nothing happens. The spell doesn't go on cooldown. Skywrath actually is another bugged hero against the Mars. This time it's with the Mars. If you press on your concussive shot in the arena, you'll just see a flicker of light. The spell goes on cooldown, and no projectile ever flies. No damage gets taken. OS Frog, by the way. Yeah, that's totally intended. Might sound a bit salty, but I just want this fixed. Because this hero is kind of game-breaking with this facet choice. No wonder everyone's picking up Victory Feast, because it's so good right now.
Gotcha!
Might have actually been a game where I actually played the Mars, and somebody was like, yeah, I can't use my Rubik Lift in that. Meanwhile, we're going to be fighting in the top lane of the Brewmaster once again. Perma silenced. Can't get the split off again. He'll need that BKB. He's going for Manta by the looks of it, so that's a good tool, but honestly, I feel like straight up BKB is just more reliable if they're relying on that Primal Split. Noob, that is a whiff of an arena. We'll still keep up the chase onto Nisha. That spear will not quite connect, but it's an attempt made. And Nigma Galaxy, the Tormentor, is theirs for the taking as they finish off just one kill from that fight. It is the Ace Brewmaster.
Nature attend us!
It's always fun when you have this Lone Druid Ags in your team. You're like, we're taking a fight. Where's the Lone Druid? And he's farming creeps in the Ancient. And it's like, where's the bear? Oh, the bear's over there, right? Yeah. So you don't feel that bad in a way. Of course, that bear, the bigger it becomes, it becomes a higher priority target. It means a lot more to you. It will basically stop all of the push on the map if that bear disappears. But if you lose your hero, it means that you won't be able to spawn another bear. But finding the actual hero while the enemy has such a good pushing lineup, hence why they've made all these Dominators, might be a game where Ghost just doesn't die anymore. Bear will die, but the hero probably won't ever again. We'll see.
Ouchie!
It's on the courier. And Mars also has the recipe for the Hex, but doesn't have the other components for it yet. Mickey goes straight for the Mars. That's a Swift Slash. Meanwhile, a Pudge ulti used in the backline onto Toby. He'll try to sproink even deeper into the trees. Get to the secret shop. Yeah. Will not happen.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack!
That Swift Slash definitely felt like it lasted longer for than just 1 second. Because it should be exactly 1, but it felt like 2 seconds, and easily you might just press Yules, you might just drop an arena or something like that, because you thought that was the actual Omni Slash. You gotta be very patient with that 1 second. You're counting in your mind. 1, okay. Not any longer than that. Go spare, trying to intervene, but the full duration Omni Slash this time around, so that there is cleaned up. What about the rest of Nigma? There's a spawning Enchantress. They're trying to capture the outpost so that they can bring the Enchantress into the fight. Deadshot into the pit. They still might make it in time. Sumail's coming in from the right. Noob is in position. Doesn't have to blink though. There's a random Satyr in between with the Banish available. Sumail gonna get jumped on. Roshan at 900 HP. Still not quite dead. Taking damage from that puck inside the pit. Nisha and Mickey will force it down. They've got the Aegis down the ground, but they couldn't almost see it because it was on a dead spot. But they will get it. And Jug is caught. Does go for the Swift Slash on to go spare. Sumail is coming in from the side. Now they've charged onto the high ground. Go straight for Mickey. Mickey will at least drop. Boxy's the one who actually drops. And this Juggernaut continues to survive as they've taken down Ghost. And now the spear onto Nisha. That's going to be the Aegis gone. And Mars will fall. Toby is standing on top of his friend's grave right now. and trying to get some damage in, but that Enchantress can only do so much. And Nigma, they're already calling the retreat. Sumail is heading over to cut the weight. Omar is doing the same thing as Toby. Well, he'll make some space. He'll make some space, but that's just about it. Liquid still has a wave down mid.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Someone better help Dire's middle tower! Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. Dire's middle tower...
I love how Liquid's dropping that Roche banner in the river as a ward, because it does give you 1200 vision when you drop it down on the ground. So if you don't have an ops ward, or if your supports are dead, that banner will give you more than plenty of vision.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
That was the purpose of the banner, placed down on the ground. You know, you can use the Roche banner to drop a Monkey King down from a tree. It destroys all trees in a 300 radius. Yoink!
Dire's middle barracks
That's a good hook. Toby,
That's just cold.
who just respawned a moment ago. He's dead again.
Dire have fortified their structures.
Another hook. This time on Sumail, pushed down on the low ground. Can he get in range for the Dismember? He really wants to eat this Muerta. Buy some time over the Pierce the Veil. As Nuke will drop the arena, it's a big one. Boxy taking damage. Sumail is about to drop. He's going down, and Mickey tearing them apart, taking Nigma's heroes. Nuke will fall, and that should be the last line of defense pretty much down. Pudge coming in with a buyback. Liquid are looking to take the full game here with just that one simple fight down in bottom, and they go straight for the tier 4s.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
And Toby got hooked. How does Toby end up getting hooked?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Moxie's playing great, but maybe Toby's also standing in the wrong spot there, as he got hooked way too many times stationary. But GG called. Liquid, they take game 1.
Radiant victory! Five seconds remaining. Turn to ban.
Potentially also one of the hot teams.
Dire team ban.
He said, playing an insane
Dire teams
Weaver.
turn to ban. Radiant teams turn. Dire teams turn to. Radiant teams turn to. Radiant teams turn to.
Hurt quite a lot. There's a bit of.
Dire teams turn to pay. Radiant team ban. Dire teams
and also
turn
the
to ban.
Ember. His carry and Mark. Are you still going with the Nigma draft like in game 1? Feel like this is an improvement? Very likely. You have ways to deal with this cast, though. You have the Primal Roar. You can interrupt the Raptor Dance with Song, if you time that right. I mean, the Raptor Dance build-up is quite long, actually. So if you react... It has a loud audio cue, so you should be able to hear it. If you have something like Toby building a Blink Dagger early on the Naga Siren, you can protect your heroes from that Kez ulti. But it is from the carry position, so slightly different to what we saw in mid one's hands. You are gonna slug with your level ups a little bit. You know, you're gonna be a bit slower. You're not going to get your spells as fast. You probably don't get to poke that much. Depending if he's going to play in a specific stance, right? If you stick with the katana stance, I think you can harass your opponents pretty well, given that Warlock has the Shadow Word, so you can play aggressively in this lane. Even without the levels.
"30 seconds to battle."
I'll be curious to see what this... We're not getting the same type of a level 1 fight as we did previously. Obviously, the lineups are slightly different. If there was a Pudge, usually the Pudge team would like to be the aggressors and go straight at their opponents. Now, it's just Noob doing a bit of an invasion into the top half of the map. Liquid does the same down in bottom. And you don't really have a tri-lane setup. Tofu might consider sticking around here just for a bit of harass onto this Ursa. But you're not really setting up for a potential kill here with these three. If it was anything else than a Warlock, say if Tofu got like his Weaver. But in the top lane, it's a very different story because Kez either dies or stays very badly damaged in this lane. At least the Warlock's going to have to pump some of his own mana to regenerate Mickey back to full. That's a good way to start for Noob and Omar, at least force the early resources out from Liquid. They know that that is a soft lane. Toby, he will drop quite low, not quite enough for a kill, however. Oh, yeah, definitely. You're playing into 3 melees and 1 range hero, so you're absolutely going to get a lot of trades going. Most likely going to be the kill lane. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the same. Exactly. You want to keep the fight short. If you take a longer fight, that sustain turns into burst damage. Be it Monkey, be it Ursa. Absolutely that. It's an interesting interaction there with the dispose into an Earth Shock, so Ghost goes back to whence he came from. But level 2's already up on both sides. Foxy ends up tanking the tower a bit there. Top lane, not the same type of harassing going on. Noob should be able to clean up most of the creeps. I think he's denied a couple boars, hence the 6 denies. As Mickey only slightly behind experience to the Beastmaster, despite 2 more last hits. Tofu might just go down here. Omar has been poking this Warlock and hoping that he goes for the D ward. He manages to open up the camp, but that means a flame break's going straight at him. So the camp is open, and it comes at the cost of Warlock's life. A sacrifice for that sentry. Oh, that minus armor. Naga Siren at a big minus there. Foxy able to send in the cookie of Mars. Send a cookie on the Marcy and secure the kill there. Yeah, good reaction there. Didn't exactly have any other deep vision except for the Obs Ward showing slightly into the river, but just enough to scout if the Batrider is coming in from the top side of that Roshan pit. He's already moving himself to safety. Yep. One thing that I really like about this carry matchup, actually slightly favoring Kez, is in general, Ursa's gonna beat you. Oh, that's a scary teleport. Nisha going down under the tier 2 tower. He knew about it. Well, we're gonna talk about that point in a bit as Toby is gonna be poked again. Ghost. There's the web on Ace. Let's get the rebound, but is it going to be enough? That's 6 stacks, 7 stacks. The 8 might just be too much as Ghost to secure this kill. Make that 3 now for Nigma Galaxy. Some good trading going on. But what I was going on about the Kez versus the Ursa, in general, Ursa will beat the Kez, but a well-timed Talon toss at rank 4, which is almost a 3-second silence, prevents that Ursa from using his ult. So if you get your combo on a low Ursa, he will not be able to defend himself against the Kez. Omar moving around, salving up. There were couriers coming in. Unfortunately, those are Marcy couriers, so you'd have to hit them 3 times. Not really worth your time. Foxy takes away the haste rune. Doesn't straight up go into the Roche pit. Sumail, nice appliance there of that Lil Shredder movement by Boxy. He's going in for it. Boxy can't deny himself. Sumail will pick up the kill on Boxy and Ace. He's getting harassed here as well. The Fatal Bonds ain't doing enough. Nice movement there with a rebound. There is Nisha trying to get that kill on Sumail. Maybe with the Fatal Bonds it could have been enough, but Sumail actually didn't have the debuff on him.
Fortified their structures.
Soaks up another remnant hit. They are so low on the side of Nigma, but they get away with that 1 kill. That does mean they have to go all the way back home, most likely. Yeah. Oh. If you're not that used to clicking directional move on heroes you regularly play, then that cookie is most likely going to miss a lot of times. Something the player himself usually has to practice. It's not the Snapfire's fault. Usually mid players, like the ones especially, or even some carry players who play like heroes like Slark, Shadow Fiend, they're used to using directional move. But you might have a player who's never had to resort to that, so you don't have your like instant reaction to directional move click somewhere. You have to hold a binding. Nope, getting pressured by Mickey. He's looking for the kill here with the Raptor Dance. Gets some nice poking onto the Beastmaster, but he hit his level 6 from the creep wave dying, allowing the roar to go off. And trying to nuke that Fatal Bonds wave, but he's regenerating with that Helm of Iron Will, so he will live. But he does drop low. If he didn't have the extra regeneration, that beast probably would have died from that creep wave, tanking all that damage.
Courier got killed.
Omar manages to find a courier snipe too.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, Mickey might be able to retaliate onto this. It's a split kill. Mickey would have liked to take the whole bounty for himself from this. Or at least, you know, doing some important work going for these plays. You have so much mobility on this Liquid offlane. You have Cookie with the rebound. You can always build almost a Blink Dagger's worth of distance.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep. And this is a matchup where you have to get the phase boots on your offlaner versus Ursa, so that slows your Dominator timing. You absolutely can't have like no boots dummy or brown boots dummy because you're playing into heroes like Lifestealer, Ursa. You need to have the mobility for it. Talking about mobility, if you haven't already started planning your trip to Belgrade, Serbia, you might as well do it right now as Kaz is getting jumped on, and Kaz might be picked as well in Future Playground 2 on the 31st of October to the 2nd of November. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat or click the banner below as the fight ends. So it's a bit of a fake fight cast on top of that as Boxy is dropping low. Ace has already fallen. Ghost jumped on by Nisha. Nisha still pummeling this Ursa. He'll get the kill. Toby picks up the double with a Naga Siren, and you've got mana for a song, but can you get the song off in time? No TP. No TP for Toby. And Nisha
Someone
just
better help Dire's middle
keep
tower.
following. Doesn't have the mana. Has one bottle charge.
Looks like Dire fortified their structure.
No Lotus. He's going for it. Nice dodge by Toby. That's just what you needed with that mirror image. Mickey's now there's another danger coming in, and Mickey can't find Toby right away. Sumail is on the chase for Nisha, knowing he's vulnerable right now. Sonic Wave does tick on Nisha. He's low, manages to get one of the ticks away, and Mickey still can't kill Toby as he's going under the tower. Finally takes him down. Now Sumail and Ghost are on the chase. Kez is going for the TP out. There's no cancel on neither of these two heroes. He'll get himself away. But that was an eternity chase. And rightfully so, the old stand-in for Liquid, being Toby, plays his old teammates.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire Snow fortified their structures.
Add another to the tally.
One lasso. It's gonna have to build up a bit more here on this. Nisha knows Toby doesn't have the song or anything. Tries to get the Snapfire kill. 60 HP. Blood Grenade taking 40 HP. Won't get the kill. Liquid will get the reply and respond on top of that. Noob, however, did finish the tower simultaneously. And Ursa picking a mano. This Marcy lady is definitely scary and strong. Has 6 stacks of Fury swipes on, but the Unleash is active. Unable to fight though. With the Fury of the Raptor Dance unleashed in the top lane, and Beastmaster teeping away. And Marcy, is she gone with the Sonic Waves? Yes, sir. That's the king for you.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Over here.
I mean, he's
Dire's
literally
top
on top
tower
of the
deserves
rune,
just
but
as much help as bottom.
bullying Nisha a bit
Dire's
more.
bottom tower is under attack.
Stupendous.
If it was his Ember, I'd be sold on it. Mickey joining in. Liquid again with 4 heroes, fending off these invaders from their lands, taking down the Batrider. There's still a Beast farming, an Ursa farming, a Queen farming, while 4 heroes are taking down a Batrider. The thing is, the game is going really well for Nigma for the time being. Liquid, maybe with that Desolator on Mickey, you're still going to be soft, just like any of those Radiance Rush heroes. But this is a different type of soft hero. This guy hits really hard if he just gets the chance for it. He spots Noob on the low ground. He will not fight the Zoo.
Worthy tribute.
There's the roar. The lasso keeps Mickey on the spot, and that Raptor Dance was never gonna go off. Noob will apply the pressure onto the Warlock. Here comes Nisha, though. Sumail also replies, and the song catches the storm with no mana. Nisha, you can do 1 zip with your magic wand. Which direction is going to be? Boxy is ready with the cookie, but unfortunately, Toby will get the ensnare off first. You can always cast it during the song, so there was no real escape for that Storm Spirit, cookie or not.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Mortimer's Kiss is long range, but not long enough to catch the beast. The nuke will again get the free teleport back home. Nisha, Tofu, Boxy, Mickey, the same quadrant. To find potential pickoffs, while Ace, he's only just finishing that Dominator. Both the Storm and the Marcy are going to have to play from behind. Nisha has 0 galvanized stacks. He's only got the permanent from his init. It's locked down. Mickey will try to parry, but he's burning along the way. Feathers getting ruffled.
Just as much help as bottom.
So what's Liquid's backup plan here? Is it the Kez timings? Is it down to Nisha? I feel like Nisha's already had such a rough start for this match that getting the Storm Spirit online feels like you're just gonna have to go with what you have now. You don't want to rely on just one hero changing the game for you. So obviously, there's still a lot for Liquid to build, especially when you look at the Marcy. You can get some pretty big items on this hero. BKB Basher, most importantly. They're very good in that matchup versus the Ursa throughout this entire game. Especially if you manage to stay slightly ahead, but you are playing on a deficit already.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help. Dire's
Also consider building an Axe. Later on into the game, obviously not one of your first items, but the 1 second silence pulse can be handy, especially if you want to prevent that Ursa from roaring. Nope. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot.
Radiant's courier just got killed.
You gotta be careful. There was a Batrider with a Blink Dagger nearby. He'll snipe a courier, quickly back away. Dire Scan also dropped down the mid lane, but they can clearly see Sumail pushing that wave. I think that might be setting up for Nu, but at the same time, Nigma is sending in heroes down the bottom lane. They see Toby in the river, right under vision.
Dire's middle tower isn't
Where are they
going
gonna
to
jump
last
first?
long.
They probably need to get that Naga Siren out of the way. Ace. The Mortimer's Kisses coming in. Toby, can he get close enough with the song? They're going to try and lock down that Naga Siren, which they will be able to. Ace is still living, gets the stun on both of the cores. The silence is there, but Sumail's not going to be able to pop that shield. Noob, Roar, gone. Boxy gets taken down by Ghost, then Mickey is on the run. Lasso onto Nisha. They'll take the Storm Spirit when they can. Mickey can't quite get on the run here. Not very lucky there with his grappling hook. And of course, tries to move forward with the Echo Slash, but couldn't get enough distance between him and the rest of Nigma. 10,000 gold ahead now. Yep.
Lucian's down. I wonder where he goes.
Yeah, it's hanging on a thread. Snipes down the Warlock. 1 for 30 seconds. He's got his golem still on cooldown for another extra 30. So he won't even have it back up by the time he respawns. At least the Nigma, they used an Aegis for the Tormentor. Sure, the Aegis is gone, but that's a shard for Toby. Giving them now also max mana. The Ace, unleashed pop into the lasso, surrounded by hostile targets. And despite the fact that you have a level 2 ulti, which usually is a sizable buff for that Marcy, you just can't deal with this many heroes around you. Still have a T1 to TP2 too, which is a problem for Liquid. All tier 1 standing. Mickey going in onto the Naga Siren. He gets a nice parry onto the Ursa. Actually gets to apply a lot of damage. Mortimer's Kisses into the trees. The song's coming in. Ghost is burning. And he did lose that Aegis a while ago. He's going to get the chance to teleport home with Toby following suit. That was a good attempt by Liquid. There we go. Nisha trying to retaliate, get a bit of vengeance for his fallen brother.
Dire's bottom tower is being
It's not
chipped
going to be easy to follow anymore with that much mana left on that Storm Spirit. So, taking down the Kez, continue on the roll. Nigma Galaxy escaping.
Dire's bottom tower always did
That
get
probably
short
gives
shrift.
time on every hero that is dead to head over to Fissure's social media channels with the exclamation mark
Dire's
F
courier
command
has been
in the
killed.
chat, or by clicking the banner below the stream, all the way from X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Of course, here on our King channel. Follow Boxy. Punished here by Sumail and Ghost. Clean up that Snapfire. Sumail on a beyond godlike spree. Unkilled this game, just like Noob on that Beastmaster. And they'll find another. Nisha ending up being a bit of a bonus. I'm not sure how long Liquid can take this beating, because all of your timings are already that far behind. You're gonna play for some... So I don't know, some marginal chance of a team fight win to get back in. Like all of these combos that Liquid has in their draft, they just don't get to utilize them to their full extent because the gap between them and Nigma in this game too is massive. An extra 2 seconds. That's all he's gonna get. Nigma definitely came here to play. And right now we are looking at a game 3 if this is the pace.
Tower.
retaliated on. Toby is pulled in without the song. There's a roar coming out from Noob, and Ghost will follow up on Nisha. Nisha does get moved by the cookie a little bit, but doesn't really end up saving the hero. Snap trying to go for the TP out, and Tofu's golem will be focused down. Mickey dying. Omar getting traded. Nisha and Ace also down to the graveyard. And Sumail, well, he's doing some God's work there. A bit of friendly tips coming out there as well from his teammates. Still playing a clean game. Actually queuing up an item that I almost never get to see.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
I was about to say the Kazurai Katana, but... Sure. We'll see. They're going to have to bring in that damage soon. Mickey. It's not going to Ravensville yet. Goes for the silence on Toby. Prevents him from actually getting that combo off at the time that they wanted. Liquid going to get a chance to retaliate. Toby and Omar both dead. And Sumail hiding in the trees. Noob is coming in, and I think Liquid, they should already be happy with these 2 kills. Beautiful jump in from Sumail. Does get silenced right after. Mickey, he's already used the raptor dance and everything, so that Kez will die at the defender's gate. Liquid will also lose 2 of their heroes. They got a very nice play there. Mickey silencing the Naga Siren at the right time, meaning that you cannot end the song early, which was probably the plan for Nigma. They had everything in place. Now they're going to set up on Noob for the poke, but he ain't dying anytime soon. That's a Crimson Guard, that's a pipe, it's a Helm of the Overlord. Gets the roar off. You get 3 hits enough, maybe then the Beastmaster will eventually fall. They're taking forever to kill him. Mickey has gone so deep into the low ground that the Ursa just intervenes. He takes down Ace. They'll finally kill off Noob, but Ghost will turn around with the BKB onto the Storm Spirit. Nisha jumping onto the high ground. And Snapfire, I don't know why Foxy was actually... he shot a Mortimer's Kiss at his own Storm Spirit. Not sure if he was trying to get the cookie or something, but he spat some fire on his ally.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, can I revoke my contract I just made with my new team? It's like, that's not a great way to start your career in Liquid.
Bottom towers fall. The barracks may be next. Dire's bottom barracks have fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks.
Foxy smokes, revealed. Gets the stun. On to the Queen of Pain. They're going to focus on Toby. There's a TP in from Noob. Omar is also here. The roar is onto the Storm. No damage follow-up until the Sonic Wave kicks in. Nisha webbed up, and that Storm is dropping lower and lower and lower, and finally falling as Marcy will try to battle it out, but Ghost will return to a fight that Liquid's already won to clean it up. GG. Game 3 ahead of us.
Radiant's top tower. Radiant victory. Five seconds remaining. Team's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to ban.
What I want to ask you, Harry, as we have the draft ready, we'll go into those heroes specifically in a moment. Would you change, and how would you change the game? Are you happy with how it is right now, or would it be cooler to have a different type of Dota? Because right now, Laning stage decides
5
so much
seconds
of the
remaining.
game,
Dire
and
team's
we
turn
barely
to
see
ban.
any comebacks happen in Dota. These two things are prominently
team ban.
active in every single game. The only comebacks you see are just late game heroes and late game lineups kicking in, and they take over the game
10
if the opponents are
seconds remaining.
unable to finish early on. Is this how Dota should be? Is it
5
in its
seconds
best
remaining.
state in that sense? Or would you be down for a refresh that we change gold kill formulas, for example? Change something in the laning stage, maybe less gold
Radiant
from
team's
creeps,
turn to
more
pick.
gold from creeps.
Dire team's turn.
Would you have any wild ideas in your mind to change
For
Dota?
the trees.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
Beastmaster.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Hmm.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. It's nice to hear that perspective on it, that a lot of people have been saying Dota's in a
Dire
good
team's
shape
turn to
right
pick.
now, but it does maybe dull the viewer a bit in a sense. Like, if you win the laning stage, you're very likely to win the game. I think that should be that way. But it also can find the viewer in a bit of a dull spot. Like, well, now we're just going to wait for them to finish the next round of items. There's 10 minutes of nothing happening. Some games you
10
see 10
seconds
minutes of full
remaining.
tight packed action, and then they can't ever get to push down
5
objectives. So
seconds remaining.
it kind of paints the picture how important that draft is and how you adapt into that game, that
Radiant
the
team's
opponent
turn
is
to pick.
holding only because their split push is much better. Hence why the Dominator meta right now is so effective. It slows the game down so much. So if they do something to, say, the creeps or the creep waves, then we might be having a completely different video game. Though, with our first picks on the
10
field,
seconds remaining.
amongst those bans, still continuing with the trend of games 1 and 2,
5 seconds remaining.
they have left the Muerta open this time around on Liquid side, so still available to be picked up, but Nigma also shifted things with a Nature's Prophet first pick, and we see Beast and Hoodwig coming out from Liquid, so some draft adjustments already. All right, well, let's see what kind of an answer Enigma is going to come up with that Hoodwink out there. Do we already see the offlane duo? Most likely. This could also be Nisha playing the Beastmaster mid. I think we had one game of Beast carry, and I think Yamson was the only one who pulled that one off. So most likely not a +1 Beast. So you could technically say this is their offlane duo. You don't have to think about the Mars necessarily, even though it is one of Noob's best heroes.
Radiant team's turn to pick. Enchantress.
You're not going to get it. Yeah, that
10 seconds
Enchantress
remaining.
has been removed quite frequently when a Beastmaster is either being
5
planned
seconds remaining.
on their picks.
Dire
I guess
team's
with the
turn to
tier
pick.
1 teams, you see some shuffling going on where they are going to let that counter slide through and now look for an Enchantress counter in terms of magical damage. Puck is banned, so we might see a Nisha Storm Spirit in that sense. Storm, very good at hunting that Enchantress down, ensuring that they can kill this hero.
10 seconds remaining.
And we don't want to run into the Snapfire Skywrath situation again, so
5 seconds
don't
remaining.
pick a pause 5 with no armor, because otherwise the Snap's just going to have a free time in the lane. Well, naming a few of the best heroes currently in the tournament: Void Spirit, 8 picked, 75%; Dawnbreaker, 76% on 13 games; Abandoned, 15 picks, 80%, also very high. Same for the Queen of Pain, 11 games, 72%. These are like the top 4 in the tournament currently. Silencer poses a pretty high win rate too, which could be picked up against the Enchantress, against the Snapfire, for example. Silence against the Mortimer's Kisses. And some protection for your lockdown when you start the fight with the roar, or in the middle of the fight if you want to. But the Silencer doesn't do anything to the Nature's Prophet, which is a bit of a bummer. And that's also a low armor and survivability hero versus the Snapfire, so that's probably not the best
5
pick
seconds
to consider.
remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick.
Breaker.
This is the 4th Spirit Breaker of the tournament. So far, only Pos 4s have played it, the Olikor and Antares. So with that take, is that a Tofu
5
Hoodwink
seconds
on
remaining.
5 then? And put Boxy on the Spirit Breaker?
Radiant team ban.
Axe.
Interesting. Why specifically an axe out of all the offlaners? Why do you think that's the case?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
But you are picking it into a game where Hoodwink, Spirit Breaker both could just build the Yules versus the axe. Hoodwink especially could be a natural Yules builder, preventing that axe from getting to play the game proper.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban.
If Noob played more
10 seconds
selfish
remaining.
heroes instead of like being the traditional team fight offlaner, I would have
5
liked an
seconds
Abaddon pick
remaining.
for him into that Jugger lane. But he probably doesn't play ABBA because he doesn't play for himself. He plays for the team. So he's usually always picking up some sort of AoE control for the team that has wave clear, that's able to farm on his own and pick up his team fight items to enable somebody else in the team. And usually that is Sumail.
Radiant team's turn to
Sumail is the
ban.
guy that you love to play around. At least with Ghost, it could still be Sumail's Furion. which is, like you said, a flex still to all the way to the end. And I feel like if you want to play this game to Sumail, you'll put this Furion on him. And
10
you'll
seconds remaining.
last phase a carry for Ghost.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick.
I feel like something like a Bristleback, even if there's the Hoodwink, can make it okay. A Sven feels all right in this game. A Medusa could still end up
10
getting
seconds
countered
remaining.
with this final pick from Liquid, but also Medusa, it's not a bad idea for Ghost.
5 seconds left. Don't
Ghost
freeze
on
up.
Medusa during
Dire
TI
team's
was
turn to
probably one
pick.
of the weaker solutions, but we're going to go Morphing. Okay, so we are playing around this Nature's Prophet on Sumail, so just what I thought. So they'll go for the carry last pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So what's left in terms of bans and picks? The Shadow Fiend was banned previously, which is open. But I'm not sure if Nisha wants to play the SF necessarily. This is also the first Morphling pick of this tournament. And the choice is going to be the Void Spirit.
Choose
So
your
this was also
hero.
banned previously. And Nisha Void Spirit is hella good. He gets to his Aghanim's timing. He might just become an unstoppable force. Very good into the Morphling too. It's true. They do have a nasty amount of sustain on Nigma because Nature's Prophet, Soothing Saplings, Enchantress Overprotective Wisps. You've got quite a lot of sustain in this lineup. Cookie also from the Snapfire, extra healing in. So if they can fight early on, even if heroes are at like 50%, they can continue going. So Nigma Galaxy, I would like them to just play that aggressive game, screw the stacking, go at them, go at Liquid, and try to get the best out of those trades, because Liquid definitely needs some timings to hit the Void Spirit, the Beastmaster. There's a weak point in this draft, which is probably the 10-minute mark.
Prepare for battle.
Nice one, bro.
Well, we could ask the chat. Guys, if you're believing in this Liquid draft, type 1. Type 1 into chat if you're a Liquid fan. Or if you are one of the people who believe in a reverse sweep of 9.6% according to the stats for Nigma Galaxy, type 5. If you're a 10% believer, less than 10% believer, type 5. We'll find out soon how many fans for Liquid and Nigma are out there in chat. Hopefully our moderators don't go absolutely nuts with the number spam coming in. But this game will decide top 3 or in the lower bracket and at
seconds to
least
battle.
a top 5, top 6 finish. Mouse and One Win are waiting in the lower bracket for their opponents. I believe we're going to do the bracket shift. So the loser of the series should face One Win. And after this, we have another best of 3. Heroic and Aurora Gaming will go up against each others to play the winner of this series. The loser most likely against Mouse in the top 5, top 6 lower bracket
Let's get
quarterfinals.
moving.
That would lead us also to the halfway point of this FISSURE Universe 7 playoffs, which will be I was about to say it's going to be the last FISSURE event before Playground, but Playground's going to start in 1.5 weeks, and I think Blast Slam was also online in just a few days from now. So there's going to be a lot of Dota these Tier 1 teams are also going to be playing. If everybody else has already been grinding for the last 2 weeks, well, the D1 teams are going to have to do the same. It's going to be back-to-back tournaments all October. It's only fair. All October, all November long. Like 50? Yeah.
You might never recover.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, I was doing a quick comparison of teams who've also played in the Tier 1 scene in this season, as Omar is about to get first blooded by Mickey and Tofu. The spin damage is almost enough. A good call there coming in from Noob to save his ally. So the total number, it was 51 games for Runa out of the 600 and I think 16 games that have been played competitively. But competitive Tier 1, there have been 9 matches to the 600, and the most matches played is Team Liquid. Them now playing their 6th. So that's not even... That's almost...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's a bit over 10% of the games that Runa has been playing already in the last few weeks, for example. Just a comparison, right? Panda doesn't believe in. I mean, you're using the rhetoric of one single team against me here, which is quite unfair because I can't ask you a question you probably know the answer for. It's like, do you remember what Team Spirit was before they went into TI? Who played in that team? What Toronto Tokyo's nickname was before he popped off? Because not a lot of people know. But you probably do.
Axe is impressed.
Well, the correct answers would be Team Spirit got signed in 21 or 22 while they were playing on the Yellow Submarine. Toronto Tokyo was named Mio. And then he decided to go with the 2 cool towns he thought would be awesome in his nickname, and he went with that, and he's stuck with it ever since. Ooh. Yep. All we needed was him to play on that American team called Team. So he would have been TT Toronto Tokyo. So he could have been technically TTTT. But that being said, we already got a first blood. That was on Toby for killing Ace. Didn't get that kill in the top lane, which was already very close to grabbing that Snapfire. Also, Noob dropped quite low. There's Mickey Tofu trying to apply the pressure onto this Axe. And a Furion teleporting in. Sumail will participate in a battle. Leads into a kill of Mickey. And they'll drop Tofu low. And looks like Tofu's just going to go for the kill trade. And maybe even survive Sumail Sprout range. And he slightly missed that timing there, so that might have gone through. Tofu, unlucky he didn't have enough mana for a bushwhack. That would have cancelled that teleport and really put Furion in an awkward spot. But they got a kill trade going. Mickey and Omar both traded. Doing pretty swellingly here for... swimmingly, rather. Might be a bit of swelling on Omar after that Juggernaut sword is slicing Mortimer, cutting down the feet off of this monster as Mickey will clean up Omar. Juggernaut's second. Yeah, whatever. Oracle.
They're beating on Dire's
Oracle
top
Jug,
tower.
that was like the go-to a few years back, and in pubs you can still play Jug CM. Easy kill lane. Oh, there's a noob getting pressured. Liquid again, 4 heroes. Like, just bring everybody to the party. Sure, they're getting this Juggernaut really to a fantastic start. Like, it was already going great for Mickey. He picked up the Healing Lotus for himself. And he has definitely increased his net worth lead all the way up to 3,100. Omar has been stacking these camps to ensure that their Axe
Dire's
has a
middle
way to
tower
come back
isn't
into the
going to
game.
last long. Radiant's top
Axe
tower
having the
deserves
least net
just
worth.
as much help as bottom.
Pressure down in bottom. Another charge coming in from Boxy onto Toby. Nisha's going to be here too. And we're fighting for that 7-minute wisdom rune. Sumail is considering, should I just go for it right away? As Ace is taken down. And this time around, they have the numbers for Nigma Galaxy instead, bringing 4 heroes down bottom. And looking like a setup into the top lane. Then as Sumail will get another fight going. Tofu will fall. And Mickey, he will spin to win to get a kill and teleport away from the harm of Sumail and Toby. Toby did manage to secure. Yeah, we have seen worse. Who was it again who ended up Omni slashing twice, like into the creeps, or
Radiant's
just
middle
broke
tower
somewhere
could use
else?
some help.
Like, that was probably the heroic one with game, right? Yeah, Yuma. Meanwhile, Morphling just disappeared. That was a Void Spirit coming out of nowhere, and Tofu. The stun lock ready. The classic 1 HP incident. Boxy going for the charge on Omar as Nisha is already calling in that there's a target for us to kill. He returns from bottom to mid, finds a secondary follow-up. And Sumail, Vessel ready. They are poking Mickey in top. That's not a Vessel target though. Mickey holding on to that Blade Fury with his dear life. This time he's got his Cornucopia picked up. Noob unable to kill the courier in the same way he did with the Mars.
Dire's
Mars
bottom
using the
tower is
bonk
being
is pretty
chipped
easy
away.
to clean up couriers.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Boxy's charging. Boxy's charging. There's a TP from Sumail. They're fighting on the other side of the map. Ace is going to get caught under vision. And Sumail finds a kill there. But Boxy going to get the connection onto Omar. They do have Nisha and Mickey following on this. And they'll find the kill. Vessel almost done on the Void Spirit too. So they're going to chase Toby. He is level 6. But they've got magical damage to work with. The Omni Slash is also there to help. And Mickey will get every connection on it before it hits the golems. set yourself up for some tickets for the Fisher Playground 2 LAN event in Belgrade, Serbia on October 31st to November 2nd. A reminder for all of you folks to punch your tickets as soon as possible. Well, we're fighting down in mid, exclamation mark ticket, or click the banner below the stream. Sumail already under a lot of pressure, actually, not just a little bit, as he's dead. Omar also traded. Nisha finding a double, and he is certainly getting into a fast timing with this Void Spirit. You already have the vessel on yourself, and probably the Axe is going to get queued up next. Maybe he's going to fully finish the boots in between. That is definitely going to be something. The thing with this Void Spirit as well is you farm so rapidly if you get lucky enough to get a shard. Because that Aether Remnant, you can just throw it into a jungle camp. It will farm it for you. You don't need to be anywhere near. The Enchantress will vessel him up, and that spin's going to be enough. Nisha cleaning up another mega kill streak now. 5-0. Continues to stay at the top of this net worth. He's definitely on a roll with this Void. Always seems to be. When I see Nisha picking Void Spirit, I always feel confidence. When there were other players picking Void Spirit, I always had this slight shrug of, do I believe in this hero? Nisha, no doubt. Big fight. Fight again in bottom. Foxy behind enemy lines. Looks like he might just be the only one. Mickey caught in a sprout. Playing his way out of there. Ace might lose his Stormy creep in the process as Omar throws a shotgun at the troll. They're able to get out, and maybe they stick around, try to continue for a follow-up here. Ghost has already used the waveform. Tofu's getting in position, but nobody else is nearby yet. As they back away under the tower, they spotted the Hoodwink.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Bounty!
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
There we go. There's the Axe queued up on Nisha. Beastmaster, also the Helm of the Overlord. Maybe lagging behind a minute or two, but still not a bad timing for it. Noob, however, phase boots procced. Can't run away from the Omni Slash, though. You can build some extra armor with your call, but that's about it. You're still dead. 311 gold pick for Mickey.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle
Tofu
tower
setting up on the Enchantress. They got the Sharpshooter to clean up this kill. Very easy pick-off. That's going to be the third death for Toby. Fortunately for that Enchantress, that might just become a regular pastime. Be the easiest game for him to play. Interesting bring up here as well about the past Liquid roster and their new addition of their offlaner Ace.
Tower shouldn't
Comparison to Insania.
Dire's bottom
they
tower is
faced off.
under attack. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire Snow fortified their structures.
Yeah, maybe in the 1v1 you could do it, because I saw Knoxville posted an interesting statistic about the Insania stats, and he had a nice, clean, even number of assists. So I was like, keep it there. So when a 1v1 when you get an extra kill, that I'll be down for, unless the creeps end up ruining that statistic for him. I don't recall the exact number on it, though. I think is it wild if I say 20,000 assists? No, actually, exactly 26,000 assists, now that I found it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I said it was a wild guess.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse. Radiant's middle tower
Boxy.
could use some help.
Boxy's sticking around, but Sumail scouts him with the ward. Boxy's got no idea of the incoming danger. He's got a charge available, but is there anything he can go to? Oh my god, he just he just hit a wall. That is a beautiful call coming out as well, but what can they do with this? They will clean up Toby and Noob, so it's instead Nisha maybe with an even better play. The regen rune that he activated will not give him enough regeneration, and there comes Ghost as well to clean up. Tofu will fall, Liquid to lose 3, and he's on the run. There's another TP coming in from Sumail to trap this Mickey Juggernaut, and Ghost to pick up the double, and they will get a huge trade for Nigma, closing in that gap they had between the Juggernaut and the Void Spirit as they both fall flat dead.
Cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, that instant call the moment the Void Spirit just popped right next to him was that was a really next level play. Ghost though does at least get his strength gain off, but he's gonna take a hell of amount of damage, and it's just not enough to survive. 600 max HP to start off with. He got halfway in his strength gain, then got hit by the vessel. And the nukes, they do more than what he regenerates. That also means that's going to be the second death for the Morphling, who just came out clean from that previous team
Not
fight.
much good's happening to Radiant's
There's a next charge
tower.
connected onto Omar. Boxy coming in full speed against the snap. No bashes though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And bash with the Bull Rush facet, and would have actually been able to do quite a lot of damage. That bash dependent on his movement speed.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help. Where did Radiant's middle tower go? Radiant's top tower is under attack. Got ya!
Nisha's not too far off his eggs. That's going to be a big timing for Liquid. Ace has already got the security needed with that Helm of the Overlord. Spirit Breaker running around the map, keeping Nigma constantly reminded. Nowhere is safe to go. There's some nice deep vision about to expire. Tofu still got 20 seconds left on that Ops ward. Mickey is coming in with the Hoodwink, but
Radiant's
there's nobody
bottom
here.
tower is under attack. I guess Radiant fortified their structures.
He was able to blink back to safety. That is a Blink Blade Mail, though.
Gold for me.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
But playing aggressive, looking for the
Not
invasion
much
into the
good's happening to
triangle.
Radiant's bottom
Or at
tower.
least towards the mid lane if somebody would show, but Nisha is very cautious. Smart move. A lot of players would have taken that wave under the tier 2 tower. Nisha doesn't fall for it. Liquid are gathering up for a counter smoke. They spied the Nature's Prophet for a moment. I think they saw him. Yeah, they saw him teleport down to the mid lane. Now what might happen is they suspect movement coming at the top. But the thing is, it's Tormentor time. Might as well head over there, pick up a free sharp at Nigma Galaxy. They've got only 3 heroes here. They might bring the Furion as a fourth. Boxy, smoke already popped. Under vision right now. They do not run for the D wards. They go for the chase. They spot Ghost. They don't catch the bushwhack. And the charge from Boxy will go through. Spots the Snapfire. Job's already going down. Mickey getting an axe to the face. They'll take down the Spirit Breaker to follow. Nigma Galaxy with only 3 heroes to start the fight with already take down 2 of Liquid. And that's going to be a third with Ace falling. Ghost, he's waddling forward in that broken Spirit Breaker form. Looking for a chance to charge forward. Toby might be able to give vision, but the damage has been done. And this shard is going Nigma's way.
Guess it's my shout.
Look at how quickly that Juggernaut drops. Like Mickey coming into vision. There's the call, and oh my god. Oh man, that's the thing as well. You have that blade form passive that allows you to gain agility. That means that you're getting extra damage on your next hit. And that stack still stays up for a while, so you're hitting into an Axe Blade Mail. He instantly spins on the first hit as he had that spin loaded up. And Jug technically just killed himself right away. It's a rapid death. Yep, just like on Fissure's social media, you can head over there pretty quickly, pretty rapidly with just typing !F into chat or clicking the banner below the stream. And see, that's probably not going to end up anywhere, maybe. Okay, maybe this one. There's a waddling same Morphling with that stun animation.
Ooh, Dire's
Broken freestyle swimming there down the mid lane. I used to have a wallpaper on my PC, like when I was still playing Dota in my Dota 2 in my earlier years, with the Jackie Chan quote, "Be water, my friend," and with a Morphling there. That was actually my my wallpaper for quite a long time. You could still play the shotgun morph back then. Very clanky animations, like a small green dust just went forward and Adaptive Strike hit immediately. Yeah, down for that. I was thinking the Spirit Breaker would build it because naturally he gains more movement speed out of it. Hoodwink is also a good Yules builder in general. Allows you to set up for Bushwhack and Sharpshooter. And also that axe counter that I was mentioning as well. Like when I saw that full draft, that this axe should be countered with some Yule Scepters. That some might just be one, but we'll see. Liquid are right behind the smoke of Nigma Galaxy. The charge onto the backline. They found the axe and they go straight for him. And Noob is gone. Big hit on the Morphling. Almost dies to the Sharpshooter. But Ace is going to go for the Roar and focus on the Enchantress. However, nobody else wants to hit him as the buyback from the axe comes in. And Noob was close to catching them. Liquid, they back out. 2 heroes killed and 1 buyback.
Waters rise.
Yeah, and unlucky for Noob. Really unlucky for Noob as well, because he had no idea. And the fact that their Enchantress's smoke popped, his smoke popped right after that. He was already trying to get into hiding of the tree line, but it was already too late. Boxy was too fast to react to it and just went for the instant charge. You wait a half a second longer, he's already in Fog of War. And that fight could to be something completely different. Bottom, Tofu spotted. Chase is being given. Toby is trying to get in range. Sumail is nearby.
Radiant's top
Get the
tower
vessel
deserves
out.
Just as much help as
Toby,
bottom.
however, can't get the enchant to go off. While top T1
Radiant's
traded,
top tower
Ace will
has
take it
fallen.
down.
Radiant's courier has been killed. What did that courier ever do to anyone? Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
scan.
tower is being chipped away. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Let's connect. Already moving elsewhere, and Omar. Oh, that Snapfire's got nowhere to go.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
They can get him. Ghost is dropping low, and with the vessel, they can definitely kill that Morphling. Manta was still on cooldown for 3 seconds. Meanwhile, there's a roar and a call from an axe simultaneously. Saved by the Glimmer Cape. Sumail is going to be here. The charge from Boxy. It's on Toby. It also hits Sumail. Noob. Blink ready. Blinks out. Tofu trying to catch them with a bushwhack, and only Toby gets caught. Sumail was able to get away with the Hurricane Bite. We'll take this Enchantress down. Broken for the time being. Is it enough, though? No, nobody else has the right-click speed, so during that break,
Look
or
at that.
at least after the break
Radiant's courier
ends,
just got killed.
2 heroes dead. Omar dies, and then Ghost. That catch. Tyrion getting caught by the bushwhack by Tofu. Sumail could use some backup. He could use some backup here. Toby's trying to get in range to help out. Noob is standing right next to him. Sumail down to 1,000 HP. Ace is still keeping up the pressure. Good bushwhack. Ghost is also here. And here comes Boxy. Mickey brought in so that they can take this Tyrion. Gets cookied in. Tries to battle it out. But Boxy saves that Nether Strike for the time to strike. Ace is getting poked by Ghost. Not enough damage though. Omar's about to fall. They'll take the Snapfire. Noob coming in with a call. Mickey, nothing to save it from this. And Big, they will have to back out on the side of Liquid. Boxy going for the TP out and actually manages to get away. As that adaptive strike is not enough. It's just a knockback. It will allow this Spirit Breaker to TP home. Mickey does find a falling. Oh, Noob is just dying to Nisha as he goes straight through the Gale Guard.
To live with the void inside.
Previous fight, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing left in the tank there. But yeah, they extend really far, and as soon as they cannot take down Toby, they start to back away. This was indeed the previous fight, but they still stick around the area. Noob does go for the initiation out onto Mickey, and that was a really good call. Liquid underestimating a bit. They thought that Nigma's got nothing left in the tank with just 3 heroes. Sumail makes a sacrificial play with that teleport, and that fight kept on going for another half a minute. So unfortunately we don't have the full replay available, but that was a very, very long sequence from all the way from the Dire Triangle to the Radiant mid tier 2 tower, and we fought there twice. So that being said, Liquid has a 3k net worth lead. Furion has finally overtaken the top of net worth, tying with the Void Spirit and the Juggernaut. is a good catch from Sumail. Boxy, he knows he's got no way out of this one, so he just leaves that teleport.
Feel nature's wrath.
Boxy? Like, what is he doing? Yeah, he's I died because my neck pillow fell off, so time to adjust that. You know, Spirit Breaker gameplay, you gotta hold on to the wheel. Make sure that your seat's in shape. He's just locked in. He's just fully focused. Sumail got a lot of liquid members around you. This Furion is an even better trade. Sumail decided to stick around in the top lane and instantly pays the price. Nigma are bringing in the heroes for it. There's another Tormentor available. See if Liquid can take this one, because Spirit Breaker is respawning now, and you're fighting without the Furion. Max goes for the call on the Juggernaut. Fresh BKB. Lot of damage onto Mickey. He got the Omni Slash off, and he's somewhere in there, and he's surviving. The healing ward is keeping him up. Noob almost got the kill. The backup was arriving. The damage almost kicked in, but that Omni Slash and the Juggernaut survives. Liquid's taking this fight. A bit desperate there on the side of Nigma, fighting 4 versus 5, and all of those 4 heroes, except for the Morphling, at least for now, will go down. Boxy will just give a quick reminder, charge, stick around. Ghost will be forced all the way back to the fountain.
Radiant's top tower has looked better. Radiant structures with no fortified.
I mean, just look at this. Again, that's the BKB reveal onto the Blade Mail. Good burst coming in, but he got the Manta off into the Omni Slash, and Ghost lost his target there just for a second. But it would have needed probably 2 more extra right clicks. Nick had just enough time to get that Omni Slash off, and suddenly the whole fight turns around. If they kill the Jug, no Omni Slash ever goes out, maybe Nigma can actually fight that 4v4 despite spending heavy resources on that Jug kill.
Just as much help as bottom. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
All right, well,
Roshan's down.
getting that Aegis there from Mickey. Roshan going down. Liquid position, but can they take this fight still? Tofu surviving just long enough and bullying Sumail. Good call from Noob. Goes straight onto the Hoodwink. That's a kill. The Omni Slash is jumping, but it's on Toby. It's on Ghost. These are not the targets they really want to use that Omni Slash on. Omar be backing away. Well, just focus down. Another illusion. Mickey should be able to walk away. Axe is no position to go for an instant call. He did burn his BKB there.
Uprooted after them.
We're going in again. He did get that Swift Slash off and fighting into the Blade Mail, but the spin to win and run away. Nick Gate still with 1,000 HP and the Aegis still intact. Nigma Galaxy tried to blow it up. Now they're really low on resources. Omar, no ulti. Noob down to 800 HP. Ace going for the chase. No roar as well. Nisha will take the front, going straight for Sumail, getting the hypnotize, and then we'll go straight for the Aegis Prophet. Can they get him? Noob didn't get the call on anybody. Liquid will lose Boxy, but they will take out Noob, and Nisha will continue to bully the back line. Take Sumail, take Omar, and Ghost has got no friends. And all your friends are dead as they take the Morphling. Another call from Noob. Maybe this one pays off. The Beast is surviving, but not for long enough. Another dunk was about to go through, but Mickey with the triple, and Toby left for last. An ultra kill for the Juggernaut as Liquid will wipe Nigma Galaxy.
Radiant's bottom tower is no more. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. It doesn't get any better than that. Dodging it right there. And as in live pictures, you can see Liquid's just going to end the game. Nigma, this fight could have been down to that one call, the return of the axe. But instead, it's going to be Liquid's victory by the looks of it. Ench is spawning now. Snap has a buyback, but there's still 10 seconds on the Morphling, and 10 seconds is more than enough probably for Liquid to take down that Ancient. They'll just focus on another kill. They'll take that Toby down. We will not see a reverse sweep happen for Nigma Galaxy, so the 9.6% believers will have to wait for a bit longer in the course of this tournament. We'll still fight a gentleman's agreement. Ghost, if you're going to fight us, we're going to fight you back. They'll take the Morphling out of play, and the Morphling, sorry, the Snapfire Force back to the fountain whence he came from. GG Liquid 2-1. And Nigma Galaxy to the lower bracket. Liquid confirmed top 3.